Ai te iwi hoki mai nau mai ki ngā kōwhiringa whaiti o te rā. Ko i nei ngā wahine e whakataitai nei Team Kōkiri, kai arahi toa. Maioha, Blue Healers, wahine kōwhai. Kaipara wahine, Amazons, Team Maui Canoe, Pōhutukawa.
Yes, this should be a good race. We have just seen the Open Men W6 500. Here we have the women now. Team Kōkiri in lane 1, 2 Kaiara Hitoa. This should be a good race to determine who will make it into the finals. There, lane 7, we have Amazons from Horota Waka Hoi Club as well.
Got a 9-lane race again, e te iwi, so there's 9 chances for these people to make it into the final. Team Pōhutukawa out there in lane 9 will be taking that outside spot. We're looking now down here at the team just trying to straighten up. Looks like the wind's blowing across the course now and starting to shift the canoes out. The people sitting in the canoe, especially seats 1 and 2 and the steerer, have to be aware of what's happening and stop the canoe from drifting too far sideways. They need to start inside their lane markers.
Yes, and a red flag has just been lifted, getting ready, pulling them all to the line. They do not want to cross the line, but you want to get an explosive start here. And I mean, lane 1 has started right behind the line, and they are still getting themselves out. Lane 2, it looks like Kaiara Hitoa from Horota Waka Hoi. They've got a little bit of a nose ahead of everyone at this time, but lane 1 still pushing through. Team Kōkiri from Kōkiri Taipatu Wakaama.
Kōkiri Taipatu Wakaama, they want to be up there. They've been a force in these races, in these national championships over the last couple of years. They won't want to be left out of the finals. But here we have the nice steady stroke of Akarana Maioha, their team name, reaching out and just looking like as if we've got a fairly even spread of canoes right across through to lane 4, the Blue Healers from Mitamitanga.
Even the rate between all of the teams are around the same between lanes 1, 2 and 3. Horota Waka Hoi now picking it up a little bit. Lane 3 easing off just a bit, but they're kicking out wide here. Lane 9, Team Pōhutukawa getting out there, and we're closing in on the 250 mark, and it's still lane 1, Team Kōkiri out in front at this time.
Team Kōkiri in front only by a little bit, and Horota they picked up their rate just before the halfway mark and started to zoom in on the Team Kōkiri crew. It should be good to see whether or not they adjust their stroke rate for a big long reach. Team Kōkiri shortened up and started to move it out again, and Horota might be able to pull them in if they work hard on the long clean strokes that they were able to show before.
Yes, as you could see, Team Kōkiri, their number 2 is just a little bit out on a couple of those strokes, and it may pay off for Kaiara Hitoa Horota Waka Hoi Club. They are now putting it in there, and here in lane 5 also, Wahine Kōwhai from Ngā Hoi Horo Outrigger Canoe Club coming in with about 50 to 100 metres, 50 metres left in this race.
It's going to be a tight one. Lane 1, lane 2, lane 5 and lane 9 even are giving us a bit of a run for our money outside there, but it could be lane 1. Lane 1, Team Kōkiri from Kōkiri Taipatu Wakaama Club will just manage by a 2-seat margin to take it out over lane 2, Horota Kaiara Hitoa, lane 4, Blue Healers, Mitamitanga.
Yes, lane 4, I think it was, is just coming over now. That was lane 5, Wahine Kōwhai from Ngā Hoi Horo. And here's another look just to make sure. Lane 1 it is, Team Kōkiri. Team Kōkiri from Kōkiri Taipatu Wakaama. Lane 2, Kaiara Hitoa Horota Waka Hoi. And then lane 5, Wahine Kōwhai from Ngā Hoi Horo. These are the 3 teams at least that will be making it on to the finals of the Open Women W6 500. That was semi 1 of 2.
Nice race there, ladies. This is the Team Kōkiri Taipatu Wakaama bringing their canoe in. As they're doing that, we're waiting for the next semi-final to be set up on the start line. Canoes have headed out towards the start line and they'll be getting themselves ready. Looks like we've got the first 3 teams sorted for the Open Women's 500 metre race. If everything goes according to what we saw, Team Kōkiri, Kaiara Hitoa and maybe Wahine Kōwhai will make it through, and we'll be seeing them again in the finals later on today.
Yes, well, that is the plan. All of these teams will be pushing for that. And e te iwi nei ngā wahine mō ngā whiringa whaiti tuarua ki te ara tuatahi Manawa Kaha Open tuarua mātai whetū ko wai whetū Team Whakatāne Parihaka PJs Team Ahurangi Haiata Koi Ora. And there you have it again. Parihaka PJs, they've done really well. We've been seeing them popping up quite a bit this week, Hotu.
It's been great. It's actually great, David, to see all the different teams, new clubs that are coming out, seeing who's made big gains in their training programs over the last year. And while they're out there sitting on the line there, there'll be a few people looking at the other canoes and going, I can paddle faster than that person. And there'll be other people sitting on the canoe going, oh my goodness, that person just beat me in the last race, and they might have lost the race already before that green flag has gone up. There's a lot of head games that goes on out on that start line, and a lot of people try to just focus on their own canoe. But every now and then you'll get one person who suddenly gets the urge to look at another canoe or talk to somebody in another canoe, and that could be disastrous in some cases.
Yeah, you're right there. I remember being out there at that start line, and before we even went on there, I think we did karakia just to make sure that we were all in the same mind frame and making sure that we all were concentrating on the race ahead of us, not worrying about anyone else. And I think if you think about your own game and think about paddling just for yourself and keeping your head forward and going for gold, you will definitely make it to the end. And hopefully you will make it in the first three to make it into the final.
So there, look, we've got some of these players just looking around, having an idea of where they're situated in that start line, how close they are to the false start buoys, taking into account the effect of the wind on their canoe. Is it pushing them on an angle? We've still got crews just going through their last checks on board. Steerers will be saying, what are we going to do? Bring our canoe up or back? How far away from the start flags are we? All these little things. There's got to be good communication up and down the canoe, but not to the extent that you don't hear the calls for the start.
Yes, and here we have, it looks like Waiwhetu from Waitakere Outrigger Canoe Club. We have a red flag here. All of our waka coming up to the start line. A green flag should be raised very soon, and there it goes. Lane 1. Manawa Kaha Open. Lane 2, Mātai Whetu from Toa Wakaama Club. A good start here from Lane 1, Manawa Kaha Open. They are the fastest qualifiers, well, one of the fastest qualifiers from the heats for this Semi-2 of the Open Women W6 500.
Lane 8 out there, Team Koi Ora to Toki Voyaging Trust. We've got a team here, looks like it's Toa. Yes, it is. There's Raipoia Brightwell steering again, taking her crew through in Lane 2 for Mātai Whetu.
Mātai Whetu, Toa Wakaama Club. I also thought I saw Karina Gage in there at number 2, not at number 1 as she was in the previous W12 races. But here we have Manawa Kaha Open from Heimato Paddlers, and also out in Lane 6, Team Ahurangi from Te Toki Voyaging Trust. Interesting, there are 2 Te Toki teams in this race, which just shows how many Te Toki people are in this Wakaama Nationals, and also the calibre of racing here, how much they've improved over the years.
And without a doubt, in Lane 1, Manawa Kaha Open, these Heimato women are tough. They've just been out there busy all day. They've been winning gold medals in the Masters division, and here they are now throwing out the challenge to all the younger paddlers out there, saying, catch us if you can.
Yeah, out there in Lane 4 was Team Whakatane from Tuatara Wakaama Club. They looked like they came over third in the at the 250 metre mark, but it looks like they're really catching up now. It's going to be a race for second between Lane 4 and Lane 2, Mātai Whetu and Team Whakatane in Lane 4. Here they are, Team Whakatane. They're really pushing themselves now, but no doubt it is Manawa Kaha Open from Heimato Paddlers still out there in front, and that was Toa Wakaama just going past your screen. But here we go, look at that.
Yeah, they've got this race under control, this team from Heimato Paddlers. An awesome display of their power, fitness and stamina today, where they've just been going backwards and forwards, semi-final after semi-final, heat after heat, and now making their way through to secure a place in the final. Coming up though, second place just in there, Toa in Lane 2, Mātai Whetu, team from Toa Wakaama, in third place, Team Whakatane Tuatara Wakaama.
Yes, Mātai Whetū looked like they had just pipped Team Whakatane on the line. Here we have on the replay, lane 1, Manawakaha open, and here we go, it's going in, and lane 2, Mātai Whetū, and lane 4, Team Whakatane, and it looked like it was a close one for the 4th spot. Apparently 4 teams get into the finals. Well, we're hoping, I think it's the first 3 qualifiers from each semi-finals, and then it's the next 2 fastest. So hopefully those coming in 4th got the were in the faster heat hotu, so that they could make it into the final. And Rahia is standing right now with the director of this wonderful event, Lara Collins. Over to you, Rahia.
Hei au ina nei te kai whakahaere o tēnei o ngā whakataetai. Koe nei tōna tau tuarua hei kai whakahaere mo ngā whakataetai a Waka mā motu mo te tau 2010. So Lara, compared to last year, how is it different this year?
We've got more races this year, so I think we had about 35 more races than last year, so that's almost a whole day. We're trying to squeeze into the same amount of days, so yeah, it's more people, more races, a little bit more challenging to squeeze it all in, so yeah, but it's been a good week.
Kind of a hump at the start of the competition with the lines and stuff. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, we had a few issues on the first day. We had a few problems setting up the lanes on the first day with some accidental cutting of the line, which set us back, and yeah, then just a couple more accidents, and yeah, but we got it going, and today's been awesome.
So everything's on track now. What are your thoughts about the competition?
Yeah, the competition's been pretty intense. There were some pretty close races. On Thursday in the W1s, one of the finals was 0.03 of a second between first and second, so yeah, there's some pretty good paddling out there. And there's also lots of novice paddlers who this is their first time, so hopefully they stick at it and can watch what the top paddlers are doing.
And from last year, do you think the numbers have grown?
Yeah, definitely. Then there's more, it seems to be more spectators. On the first day, I've never seen so many people on the first day. So yeah, numbers are growing at club level. We printed 1,100 new ID cards before the event, which means those are 1,100 people who either lost their ID cards or needed new ones, or they're new paddlers. So that's a lot.
I think they're new paddlers because there's quite a few people. Thank you,
Yeah.
Lara, for
No
taking
worries.
time.
Thanks.
And hoki atu kia koutou.
Stay tuned, everybody. After the break, we will have the Senior Mastermen W6 500 final.